Hey everyone, my name's Nathan. I'm a mandolin player, and I just wanted to make this little video as a sort of a tutorial to look at the piece called Attaboy from Goat Rodeo Sessions, featuring Chris Thiele, Edgar Meyer, Stuart Duncan, and Yo-Yo Ma. I saw a couple of other covers on YouTube, and it looks like people were trying to figure it out, and I figured it out a while ago, and I really love it. It's an awesome piece. There aren't very many people I can play it with, but it's a really cool tune. So I thought I'd just do this little kind of demonstration to show kind of what's happening on that piece, because it's got some interesting rhythms and pick direction that has to happen for it to sound right. Okay, first thing you need to know is the tune is in A. Also, it is in 6/8, sort of a weird kind of variation on 6/8. What you get happening is you have the 6/8 kind of feel to it, but they don't go, you know, with that kind of rhythm that most 6/8 has, where it's like a jig, you know, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. That's kind of a 6/8, you know. It kind of changes up the rhythm. It starts it out. Kind of changes it up in that second part, because the chords to that part of the song are in 6/8. 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 6. But the tune itself, it's kind of going a little bit. You get this kind of conflicting feels, but it still ends up being right with the timing, and that's part of what gives the song its charm. Alright, so I'll just play it slowly for you, kind of show you what's happening. It starts on the A, open note. Okay, that's the basic tune. So he does a hammer onto that second note. And then there's a triplet here. You can either do a pull off like that, or you can pick the notes, which I believe is what Chris does. So there, you can see the kind of the different sound. You have either that or the. So that's how you do the first part. Now the second part, it's the same tune essentially, but he adds a grace note. The first time Chris is playing, you know, kind of the solo melody, you get a little bit of a grace note, because he goes. He does that twice, and then after that he goes like this. So you hear he's hitting kind of a, from what I can tell, he's doing a grace note. He's doing a slight pull off like that on the 5th fret of the E, but he's doing it very quickly. You're not getting a full E on that. So it's almost a grace note. It's a very quick note that he does right before going into the rest of the tune. Alright, you see? When Stuart Duncan comes in, that little grace note kind of changes a little bit. You still get the first part that's just straight, where it goes. You get that twice again, but then Stuart Duncan does a slightly different variation on that grace note, where it looks, I think it's more like this. So 2 ways to do this. I've played it both. As long as you keep the timing right, you can kind of take some artistic license with this. But if you do it this way, you can do a pull-off and just keep going, or you can pick the notes, which should keep it rhythmically closer to what they're actually doing on the album, which is like this. So you can see it gets this kind of really cool rhythm happening, but it's still happening in time, and so you get this, like I said, this complexity to the piece that otherwise wouldn't be there. Other than that, I did play, when I played it at the beginning of the video, the cello part comes in on the A. Okay, and the chords there, from what I can tell, it's a D to a C sharp minor, E, B, back to the D, C sharp minor, to the D, back to the A for the melody. Well, I hoped this helped you learn the first part of Attaboy. Maybe I'll do a video that teaches the rest of it, but this was just a quick little thing that I saw, or that I wanted to make. I'll play it one more time slowly for you so that you can watch my fingers and hopefully get the rhythm. It's also important that you watch the right hand. I'm trying to do it as close to what I figure is correct pick technique and pick direction. So watch those two things and it should have you playing this song in no time. Here you go.